Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video day, and today I'm going to be talking about how the Houston Astros are turning things around, and I'm going to also say slowly turning things around. 2 wins in a row for the Astros, which I think are two big wins because when you get blown out 2 games in a row against the New York Yankees, which I also want to add, people being upset about the Astros struggling in New York. I don't be upset or surprised about that because even when the Astros are playing great baseball, they have always struggled when playing in New York in the regular season. Really, in the regular season, whether we play at home or we play on the road, the Astros struggle against New York. The Astros dominate New York in the postseason, though. I'm not going to say the Astros are built for the postseason and the Yankees aren't, which might be true. I don't know, but the Astros have had the Yankees have had our number in the regular season, and we have had their number in the postseason. The Yankees have dominated the Astros in the regular season. You can look it up I've been watching, I've been watching the Astros since 2017. That's when I got into sports in 2017. Started watching basketball, football, and baseball in 2017. I started watching right before we won the World Series. I started watching, I believe, in I'm trying to think. I started watching in I started watching sports in 2016. Or right before the Astros 2017 season started, I started watching baseball before that season started. But yeah, I've been watching Astros baseball since 2017. I've been watching sports since 2017, and ever since I've been watching Astros baseball, the Astros have always got killed by the Yankees in the regular season, usually in New York, but in the postseason, they have their number. So I'm not upset about the 2 blowouts. I know, obviously, that's not how we want to play, but at the same time, we have never played good there or against them in the regular season. But the Astros were able to end that series off a great win due to Ronald Blanco's great outing, going all the 6 innings. Yordan Alvarez and John Singleton's big flies both big men crushed them. Astros get a 4-3 win. And I think the other big important thing is what Ryan Presley, Brian Abreu, and Josh Hader have shown in that Yankees game, and what Josh Hader and Brian Abreu showed in yesterday's 5-2 win over the Detroit Tigers. I think over the last 6 outings, all 3 of these guys that we expected to be the 1-2-3 punch for the Astros off the bullpen they have turned into what we expected, which was not what we expected to start off the year, unfortunately, for this Astros team. All 3 guys were pitching terrible at one point, which is terrible luck, especially those are that's the back front of your bullpen. You need those guys to be good for you. And so, yeah, definitely hurt. But over the last 6 outings, all 3 of those guys, Presley, Hader, Abreu, all have under a 2 ERA. I think Hader's is a 1.2 something. I think Presley's is a 1.6 something, I believe. And I think Abreu's is a 1.3 something. So all 3 of those guys have been pitching extremely well and what we expected of them in their last 6 outings. And all 3 of those guys have definitely turned things around. And the offense in the last 2 games has been a lot better. They're slowly becoming a little bit better with runners in scoring position. That's a good thing. And another reason I see a turnaround for this Astros team is not only because the way they're playing right now, what we've seen over the last 2 games, but it's the faces we are getting back, and it's the schedule that's coming up. Those are 2 of the biggest reasons why I see a turnaround for this Astros team. At 14-24, you're now getting Christian Javier back, who's been gone for 3 weeks, or maybe it's over 3 weeks now. I believe it's exactly 3 weeks since Christian Javier has been gone. So Javier has been gone for 3 weeks. He is coming back now. He's missed 2 or 3 starts. That's going to be great. He's been fantastic for the Astros this year in this rotation. And then on Sunday, you have Javier returning today, Saturday, and then Sunday, not returning to the Astros, but Jose Urquidy and Chas McCormick will be appearing for Sugarland in AAA. For rehab assignments. Chas McCormick has a 240 batting average this year and has been one of our best hitters over the last couple of years. We've missed him over the last, I believe, 2 weeks. And then Jose Urquidy has not pitched at all for the Astros this season. Getting those two guys back, which McCormick should be back by the end of this week. And then Urquidy, after he gets this start, he will get the rehab start on Sunday. He will probably need another rehab start. So Urquidy is going to need another rehab start. So that means like he probably will get that second start out of the Wednesday or Thursday. So then maybe he can be ready to get his first. I mean, I'm trying to think if he makes that second outing Wednesday or Thursday, you might want to give him 4 or 5 days of rest. That probably puts him back into the fold of things in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. So let's say if Urquidy comes back in 2 weeks, he's gonna be back for the end of May. So you have 2 starters coming back into the rotation: Jose Urquidy and Christian Javier. And if you do not know this, Urquidy looked amazing in spring training before he got hurt, and I thought he was going to have a big year. I still think he can, and Chas McCormick is definitely a bat you want back. So these 3 faces are going to have them back is going to be amazing, and they were all big parts of the Astros 2022 World Series win. So now I want to go to the upcoming schedule for this Astros team. The schedule, I believe, can get the Astros back to where they need to be record-wise. So you got the next 2 games against the Tigers. So what I've seen from the Astros in the last 2 games, I fully believe the Astros could pull off a sweep here. I don't think they will get a sweep, but I think the Astros will get a series win here. And really over the next 16 games, I do see the Astros, making like I can see the Astros going getting 10, 11 wins over the next 16 games that I'm about to go over. So you got the next 2 games against the Tigers. You have a 4-game series against the Oakland Athletics at home. You have a 3-game series against the Milwaukee Brewers. That's really the only hard series, I believe, for this Astros team that they will be facing. So you got that's the next 9 games. And then you have a 3-game series against the a 3-game series against the the Los Angeles Angels at home, one of the worst teams in the American League. But besides the White Sox, the Angels are the worst team in the American League, and us. But at the same time, I say all the time, like, yes, our record's terrible, but we have more talent than some of these bottom teams. We are not a bottom team in the American League. We are record-wise, but talent-wise, we are not. We are at the top. We have just not performed at the level we should be performing at right now. So talent-wise, yes, these teams that we are talking about right now have a record than this Astros team, but they don't have better talent than this Astros team does. So, you got 3-game series against the Angels, and then the final series I'm talking about is a 3-game series against the Oakland Athletics. Those are the next 15 games for the Astros. Right now, you're 14-24. You're 10 games under 500. Next 15 games, those are the 15 games. You got 7 against the A's, 3 against the Angels, 2 more against the Tigers, and 3 against the Brewers. The Brewers are the only hard matchup there. The Brewers are the only series in the next 5 series I look at and I say, hey, that might be a series loss. That's really the only series I look at with the Milwaukee. The Milwaukee series is the only series I look at that we might lose. I think next 15 games, I could see the Astros going 10-5. And if you go 10-5 in the next, let's include, I think that does include it. You go 10-5 over your next 15 games. If the Astros go 10-5 of their next 15 games, that puts you at 24-29. Only 5 games under 500 with 5 games left in May. So that's a great spot to be in. So, obviously I know 10-5 for the next 15 games. It doesn't sound, it doesn't sound like that could happen with how bad this team has been. But if you look at the schedule the Astros have over the next 15 games, I believe it is possible. So let me know your thoughts on the Astros potentially turning things around in the comment section, and peace out.